promise your clients a future. This is important. A lot of people I see do not sell a future with their clients, and I don't understand why. You should sell a future with your clients. You should say, look, we're gonna work together for a very long time. In the future, X, Y, Z is gonna happen. In the future, I'll be able to provide you with X, Y, Z. When you talk about the future, you presume the present. So this is a trick I even do with chicks. Let's use dating as an example. If you're watching this and you don't have my PhD course, get it, because it's good, very good. But I do this in the PhD course. So if you preempt the future, if you talking about the future, then you've already assumed the present. So if you're talking to somebody or you want to do some business with somebody and you got a business or whatever, and you want to sell them something, you talk about how it's going to affect things in the future. So let's take an example. Let's look at your ebook. I don't know. I'm just thinking something off the top of my head. Your $17 ebook on how to pick up girls. So how do you preempt the future to make sure that they buy? So let's say you're talking to someone, they're not sure if they're going to buy or not. Well, then you talk about the future. You say, well, in the future, maybe we can go day gaming together. In the future, we can go day gaming together. Or in the future, if you're texting a girl and you're not sure exactly what to say, let me know. Or in the future, if you see a girl doing some of the things I point out in my ebook, send me examples because I can use them on my website. I really appreciate it. Talk about the future like he's already bought and digested the product. And that makes them far more likely to buy and digest your product. So I do the same thing when I date girls. Oh, well, when we're married, how do I know you're not gonna cheat? Fuck, I just met her. What do you mean married? Ha ha ha. If you're talking about when we're married, that's presuming I'm gonna fuck you sooner or later because we're gonna fuck before we get married. Presume the future. Presuming the future makes the present, you're setting you're setting what the present is going to be. You're saying this is what's going to happen now, so I know what's going to happen in the future. You can do exactly the same thing with business. So when I was selling TV advertising and I was talking to clients and I'm trying to close a small 19 grand deal, I'd be talking about 2 years when we're doing the 500 grand deals. So when I'm trying to close this, I'm talking about this. I'll be like, oh, well, in the future, in a few years, when we're launching the big campaigns, we can do the sponsorships. We can sponsor the before and after the programs. And when you're spending that kind of money, we'll also be able to have meetings directly with the channel, blah, 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 blah. And they're sitting there going, yeah, okay, yeah, sponsorships, yeah. Talking about all this imaginary shit to try and close this. Sell the future at all times. If you presume the future, it makes them more likely to buy now. And that's something that people don't do. Even for bullshit $17 ebooks, for television advertising, for websites, doesn't matter what it is. If I was trying to sell a new website for N2, I'd be talking about how 2 years later down the line, we can integrate a new back end with our website. Who knows? Who gives a shit? Talk about some fancy shit that's going to happen in the future. If you do that, you're more likely to sell now. That's super important. Don't talk about now. Back to the ebook. If you buy my ebook, you'll see what girls are texting you and you'll see why they mean it or why they're saying it. If you buy my ebook, you'll see why girls are saying what they say in text, as opposed to after you've seen my ebook and you see what these girls are saying, it's going to be exactly like I told you. And when they do it, screenshot it, send it to me because you're going to see. The future. Okay, after I have the ebook, then I'm going to know, he said I'm going to understand why they're doing it and I'm going to send it to him. You've already told him he has the ebook. Presume the future at all times. Very important. Next, number 32 is something I've already been discussing at length accidentally. What happens is when your brain, like mine, is a plethora of knowledge, you end up tapping into things that you're supposed to be saving for later because it fits at the time and you just know so much and you're just so hyper intelligent. I don't know if you'd understand that. But that's what happens when you have deep knowledge of a subject. Sell the result of a product, not the product itself. We've already discussed it. So we'll discuss it again very, very quickly in case you weren't paying fucking it. Ebook. Selling the product is I have an ebook and I deliver it to you instantly and it has 8 pages and 5,400 words and it talks about girls. That's selling the ebook. Selling the result is you're going to understand women and you're going to have a better sex life for the rest of your life and you're going to have lots of women. Which of them is more interesting for $17? The result. Always sell the result. Write that down here. I mentioned it earlier, but